is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, Jess don't do no lying.
Jess is gonna bring you numbers.
Jess With The Mess, I need this real.
On The Breakfast Club.
I know they know the difference.
Reesa Teesa from Who Did I Get Married? That's the lady from the TikTok series that she created. She will be on Tamron Hall's show today. Now, over the weekend, it was a clip of the upcoming interview that was released. She spoke on being body shamed by a famous personality who sits right across from me. He's looking at me right now. Please play the audio.
What negative comments have hurt the most, I guess?
There was a very famous personality that called me a big back, talking about my weight. And so it's things like that that I'm like, Jesus, you know, I can already admit I'm self-conscious, you know, as a heavier woman. I feel like how I look should not dictate whether or not I deserve what I want. That was disappointing, and it was hurtful, especially the one that was the more famous personality, because again, I'm more than just my weight.
How y'all figure that was me?
because you're the only famous one that was like,
That is not true.
Big back.
That's big back behavior.
Listen, all jokes aside, I tell y'all all the time, the easiest way to keep your own peace is to not disturb the peace of others. I disturbed that woman's peace, and that wasn't my intention. So I apologize if my words made her feel that way. But I do have two things to say. Number one, I never said she don't deserve love because of her size.
Right.
I didn't even know she was big. Jess told the story, and I said it sounds like big back behavior, and then I started talking about big back belief. Now, if y'all want to have a conversation about reinforcing negative stereotypes of big backs, I understand. I'm open to it. But acting like I was having a conversation about Reesa Teesa's looks and size, that's not accurate. I was speaking in general terms about big back behavior and big back belief. And I actually said nobody has to be that desperate because there is a man out there for you. And I do have one final point, just one. We all have social media. No, we all have social media.
Absolutely.
And we all use it for different reasons. Yeah. And Reese's getting a lot of props for being so vulnerable. Salute to her. But I personally feel like we have to stop bringing this stuff to social media if you don't want people to have an opinion about it.
Absolutely.
Because some of this stuff should just be reserved for our therapists. If we can't handle people having an opinion about whatever we are venting about, keep it off social media. That's my personal opinion.
That's a good point. When you put it out there in the world, the world's going to come back many different ways. Some people are going to be supportive, some people are going to be joking, some people are going to be negative, and some people are going to be big backs.
Absolutely. And she said that she was already insecure about her weight. So then why would you come to such a big platform thinking that, you know, you're going to be off limits from comments like, because it's people who was actually going in on her.
Absolutely.
You didn't call her a big back.
No, I was just speaking towards big back behavior and big back belief based off the story you told.
Absolutely.
And that's why even when you reference Sheila from Why Did I Get Married?
Yes.
Fantastic movie, because even that movie reinforced those same stereotypes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we also seen where Sheila ate small.
She unbigged her back.
And
she did unbig her back. She definitely did.
And then that man came around. You know what I'm saying?
He was going crazy.
Wanted her, and then the skinny girl, she was spending up the money and all that. So it just all of that to say, like you said, just get therapy for it, especially if it is an insecurity of yours.
Yeah, I just don't think those are things that should be on social media, because everybody's not going to agree with you.
Nope.
There's going to be people that have negative things to say. So I just feel like some of this stuff should be reserved for our therapists if we can't handle people having an opinion about whatever we are venting about. Because you're not always going to hear what you want to hear.
Yeah, and then to say, especially the more famous personality. It should hurt you when anybody say.
I get it, but I respect. I
I
understand that, though. And once again, if I disturbed her peace, I apologize for disturbing her peace, but that was not my intention.
Well, that was very big of you to apologize, and I love you for that, bro.
I love you too.
Moving on.
But before we move on, when do we get to a point where jokes are jokes, right? Because as a kid, as an adult, people make jokes all the time.
I wasn't joking, though.
Okay, never mind.
No, you wasn't.
Yeah, I was talking about big back belief and big back behavior.
Yeah.
No, but when you mention big backs, is it a joke or no? It's serious.
No, it's serious because
it's a descriptor. We're black. We describe things. That's how we describe people.
But
the beige brother with the Beijing. Who's that?
Envy.
Okay.
I'm crying.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
I'm crying. No, because now that hurt me.
The short brother with the lisp.
The big personality.
Spitting all over the microphone.
The major personality that called me beige.
I'm
hurt.
I'm just saying.
Don't be hurt.
We're described. We use descriptors.
You're messing up my piece.
Yeah. And we even have, never mind. All right, so a video surfaces of Usher speaking on Living with Diddy at 13. Now, you may recall a man named Laura that I reported on. He's suing Diddy for publishing rights. But in his case, he brought up the fact that Diddy told him that he had sex with Usher. I don't understand what this has to do with his suitcase, like with him.
You could just say
like,
anything in
suing
suitcase.
What's this got to do with his suitcase? That makes sense though.
Yeah, like what does this have to do with that?
That makes perfect sense.
But since that unconfirmed news that started circulating, an old video of Usher had resurfaced, and he had sat down with Howard Stern, and that's what he was talking about.
I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
He's
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Digital detectives are amazing.
Crazy.
The stuff y'all be finding.
Crazy. Now, I think it was interesting that he said L.A. Reid suggested for him to go live there just so he can, get used to the lifestyle and everything like that. But my thing is, you were 13. The lady even asked him, your parents were okay with that? And he said, they ain't know none of this. Why the hell would you even be living at 13 with this other man?
Because he had a record deal, and Puffy was the first. I think Puffy produced his first album, right?
Produced his first album, yeah.
But I'm never gonna go live with Wendy Williams because I want to explore more about radio. Like, what is happening?
Well, Charlotte did, but he wasn't a kid.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
but you know what happened?
Grown.
He probably signed to L.A. Reid. They probably looked at L.A. Reid as somebody that they can trust. So if L.A. Reid suggested go stay with Puffy to record this album, and I'm sure his parents were working, probably couldn't go back and forth. They probably thought it was okay and did not know what was going on in that house.
And apparently Usher was uncomfortable with some things because he was just like, no. But he said a lot of other people were there, but just him being 13 and being in the midst of all of this, it's just like, he probably just felt like
he just knew he was old. He just knew, looking back on it, he was too young to probably be around some of the stuff that he was around.
Yeah, because they were all grown. All the people he named, Biggie Smalls and all them, they were all grown. So,
but we all can say that at some point, right? You're 12, 13, you see your dad, your uncles, they got you around stuff you ain't got no business around. You know what I mean? They letting you get a little sip of the beer.
And remember when Diddy he did somebody interview and they was live, and he was like, I remember me and this boy, man, he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, and we used to wake up and wrestle over the Frosted Flakes.
That never happened. I don't believe that.
You don't believe it? Diddy said it.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, we got the audio. Go ahead and play it real quick.
My brother right here from day one, we used to wake up, and when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
what the f*** did Puff just say?
Right, you don't believe that?
I do believe that, but I just want the record to show that if you're rich as hell and you wrestling over Frosted Flakes, you just want to wrestle.
Oh.
Okay, because you can afford more Frosted Flakes. You just feel like wrestling early in the morning. There's more Frosted Flakes to be had. You're rich.
Okay. But that's hilarious, yo. You see how he said it? He said he was 10 and I was a little bit older. That's hilarious, yo, to wake up and wrestle over cereal.
Oh, my God.
Okay, well, that's Jess With The Mess for the first hour.
Her news is real, allegedly.
When we come back, we got front page news. Teslin Figaro will be joining us. Don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up
early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.